Welcome guys, you join me on another off-grid adventure in the UK. That's why it's called off-grid adventure, UK. So today you join me up the top of Caldbeck. There's an old unused quarry. I did camp this one a couple of weeks back, however, in true fashion, I tried to export the video from my phone, from iMovie. And to free up space, I deleted a load of other videos, but in the meanwhile, I deleted that one. So the last time I was here was a couple of weeks ago, like I say. It was extremely beautiful weather, sunset, blood moon, and I had reindeer strip line, and I was quite gutted that it got deleted. So I've come back up here. I love the place, the quietness I can't keep away from, plus the 360 views. So I'm just getting my boots on now. Got the bag ready here. The weather, as you can probably see why I have this on and the covers on the bag, it is extremely wet up here, and the winds are set to be about 15 miles per hour. So I brought the tarp up. I have got the OEX 2.1. See you guys on the way there. So here we are on another camp, guys. An old unused quarry. I believe it hasn't been in service for a good at least 30 years. So I parked the van up there. It's quite a quiet spot up here. You get 360 views. Over there is the Solway and Scotland. Over there is the Lake District Hills. Over that way will be Caldbeck, the town of Caldbeck. And over that way you have Carlisle. So I'm surrounded by a very quiet spot. It always amazes me up here how silent it is. And like I say, last time I come up here it was absolutely amazing weather. The rain's coming in and out, so a bit of a clearer sky over there. You probably can't see it on this, but the quarry is absolutely massive. It runs from there all the way over to there and kind of curls around. You'll see how big it is once I'm in there. It's surrounded by sheep. I believe it's run by the Lake District National Trust. I say run by, they say they own it, but they never own it. They just take land and claim that they look after it. Tonight we're using the OEX Raccoon 2.1 tent. I absolutely love it. Opens both sides, got festivals, and overall it's a decent one. I've got the Softy Elite 3 sleeping bag. For a roll mat, I've got a deer hide, and for wood, I've brought some wood from the local garage. Saves me having to find wood. We'll be having a fire tonight, and yeah, I'll give you a full kit rundown once we set up. But I'm nearly there, just climbing this little steep hill. Fan's still behind me there, and I'm about to show you the quarry. Little puffball mushroom, beautiful. So there was a lot of machinery up here at one point. Fast wall. A lot of people come up here, do a bit of rock climbing. As I say, it's so quiet up here. There's a little house up there. Behind it is a caravan park, Clay Hall Caravan Park. And you can see the water of the Solway in the distance. Scotland's the other side of there. And there's so much up here. There's quarries, there's waterfalls. You can see some little mushrooms there. I think we should investigate that. Let's go and have a look. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. My favourite mushroom up here is the Parrott's wax cap, normally in abundance. Haven't seen any of the usual Liberty caps. This is prime field for it. So if any of you are avid walkers up here and want to know whether they're growing yet, I believe everything's out of sync by a month. So, but after this recent rainfall, I expect them to come up. But yeah, this is a quarry. So I'm tempted to go back up there where I was last time, although looking at the edges there, there's quite a bit of rockfall happened lately, so we'll have a look. I'll walk along the top and show you a bit more of the quarry. Kind of see, although it doesn't do it justice, the size of the quarry. It's extremely deep. I wouldn't want to fall off here. Last time I was here, I stayed between those two bars there. So I'm going to go and have a look over there. Tempted to set up again there. Although I do want to come back up here and somehow get a hammock in between there if possible. But what a lovely, lovely, lovely place. It's so amazing up here. It's quiet. You've got the views of the hills, and when the sun sets, it sets over this way. And when you look over the wall at night, it's so beautiful. And obviously it rises this side. And yeah, this is the Caldbeck quarry. So as I was saying, when the sun sets, which you can kind of see it doing now behind the clouds, you get a really, really nice view. I normally sit up here with a beer and enjoy the views. And then I usually walk to the end of there and you can see all the lake hills. Absolutely beautiful, but I'll show you that in a bit. I'm just going to get the tent set up. So I've got two tips for you when you're unpacking. Although people say keep your tent or whatever you're going to be sleeping in at the top of the bag, I thought something last time I was out. I like to keep my kit at the top of my bag, and the reason being is because as I'm pulling it all out and I'm putting it there, if I forgot something, I can head back to the van and get it. Now obviously if you go a long distance, you need your waterproof stuff first. The OEX tent, it's not a outer shell first, it's the inner shell, which I've never really had any problems with. I mean, if it gets a little bit wet, it gets a little bit wet. The other thing is as well, what was the other thing? I forgot. The other tip is as well, as you saw there, I brought this bit out first without bringing the rest of the tent out. Bring it out bit by bit, then if you've got a little bit of wind, nothing really blows away, you're just dealing with one item and you've always got that in your hands. Get that peg down, get the next bit out, get that peg down, get the... coming in, so get this kit in a bit so nothing gets overly wet. I'll deal with all that later. One OEX tent set up, ready to go. The rain's moved in a little bit, so I'm just going to get all the kit squared away, get it all ready in, and we can kind of relax and enjoy, go and explore a bit. And here we are, exactly what I was on about earlier, Caldbeck Wild Camp. absolutely beautiful. These come in greens, purples, yellows and oranges, and they go through the full spectrum from young to old. Absolutely beautiful mushrooms. There's quite an array up here, I find. Not a good view. I know it's raining. It is what it is. It's not a bad view. It's not a good view. But it will do me. So I love the 2.1 basically because you've got a festival each side. And you've also got the pockets that end. It's just an all-round good tent. I love this yellow because at night, especially if it's warm, you can leave this bit off and you can see the stars through it. It's absolutely amazing. Let's go through a little kit check. So I've got the Deep Sleep Thermo blow up pillow. Really good pillow. Sometimes it's a bit too hard for me, but I let a little bit of air out. That's just a DD tarp. I did bring it in case I wanted to use it. I'm not going to. Under that is my bag. So what I like to do, because I like my neck to sit even, is I normally have just my bag, but tonight we'll have DD hammock, DD tarp underneath and that on top. Next to us we have, I always bring a couple of power banks and a speaker. I like to listen to a lot of Alan Watts, so I've bought that recently, quite a good speaker. So they just sit there. I've got a nice poncho, really warm. Under that I have my Softy Elite Snugpak Elite 3. Really good sleeping bag that. Under there I've got a deer hide. It just keeps me so warm compared to a thermal mat. So yeah, that's all I'm going to be using tonight, is that and that. So food wise, I have bought a 21-day aged ribeye. That's going to be absolutely beautiful. I had a takeaway last night, so we've got some potato and spinach. I mixed it all together. Got a naan bread and some poppadoms, that's from last night as well. So I'm going to cook the steak, sauce on top, and eat it with that. I've got a beer, other beers are available. I have brought gas, although I will be having a fire. And in here I have a light for when I cook. There's one of those head torches. In here I always have a gas jet flame lighter, and I have this little connection. So what you do with these guys is use these canisters. There's a little fitment there, and all you do is you find the groove wherever it is, there. You push that on, connect it, and then you have legs here. It's come off. So you connect it on, twist it in, and that just sits on the ground like that. So it sits sideways. So you do is just turn this, and we have a flame. Really good little things. Bit too much flame coming out there, but you get the idea. I've got the pots and pans, so I normally come out with the skillet pan. Sometimes they're too big, so I just found that fits my bowl in, and my cutlery and my knives to cut the food up. So I've come with the little frying pan tonight, and I've got my outdoor knife. That is one that I don't mind cutting wood with. I've got a knife, fork and spoon. They're part of a Coentra set. And I also have this little beauty, personal knife, stays sharp all the time. Really well made. So yeah guys, there's the rundown of the food, the alcohol and the setup. So we should have a good night. I'm just going to go for a little walk over there now, show you the hills. And apart from that, we're just going to have a little scavenge around, see if we can find any mushrooms for this food. And then we'll get the fire going once it gets a little bit darker, and we'll get some food on. lighting's now picked up, so jacket on, waterproof's on. So bow scale tarn will be over there on the back of it. I have made a video bow scale tarn 2 weeks back, so there was a couple of videos in the bank. Now you guys that follow me, you're probably watching this on a new YouTube channel. My old channel I wasn't able to get back into after getting a new phone, which I dropped camping. So it is what it is. I've had to re-download all my videos onto this one. But yeah, let's get back to camp. Let's get all the wood split ready for a fire, and we should get that ribeye cooking because my mouth is watering already. So what are you eating? What you got? pieces. Just got some spray, light fry spray in the pan. This is from my takeaway last night. So what I'm going to do is cook this off, fry it over the fire, which is now dying down a little bit, so I'll be able to put it on, and then I'm going to mix that in the last minute, so it should make a really, really tasty meal. I'm going to try a bit. I like my steak medium to well, although I do like it rare as well sometimes. I just want to try a little bit of this out. Like I say, it's 21 day matured. Got from butchers that I work at, and I just want to try a bit of this. I believe the 21 days does make a lot of difference. Oh, look at that! Absolutely perfect. I'm excited about this. Absolutely perfect. Day matured ribeye, absolutely perfect. So let's get a bit of this. I think it's sag aloo. I don't know how you pronounce it. What I'm going to do is mix a little bit of this in. So there's potatoes, spinach, I believe, coriander, and some other ingredients, but so it stops cooking, stops burning the bottom, shall I say. Get it well coated. I'll put this on for maybe a minute just to warm the sag up. Sag, sorry if I pronounce it wrong. Oh, what a winning combination. Indian and ribeye. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The ribeye just tastes perfect, and then with all the other ingredients as well. Oh, it's perfect. Perfect. That's dinner squared away, so I'm just going to enjoy the beer, enjoy the fuse of the fire. can see, the wind's kind of picked up a bit. So it's going to be a noisy night, but shouldn't be alright. Is what it is. Choose to come out here. But ribeye was absolutely perfect. In fact, it's one of the better steaks that I've ever had. And so I'm full. I'm just enjoying watching the fire now. Luckily, we've got no rain. So I'm just going to have a beer. I'm going to read a little book. Sit next to the fire, get some warmth, and then call it a night. But yeah, thanks for subscribing, guys. Thanks for watching. As I said before, this is a new channel because the old channel I couldn't get back into. If ever I can, I will add these videos as well. But yeah, thanks for the support. But all in all, a peaceful night at the top of Caldbeck. I've done this one a few times now. I enjoy it. But if you guys haven't been up here, come and explore. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Go camping, I said. It'd be fun. So during the night, I didn't realise, but I'd pushed all this up against there, and that protruded out the bottom, and obviously rain came in that bit and it seeped down. Now during the night I woke up and I could feel how wet it was, and I'll just show you under the bag. It's absolutely seeping in, so the bag's completely wet, the bottom of the tent's completely wet. I was saved by that, which is also soaking wet, but it's animal skin, so it kept me dry on top. I laid on there, woke a couple of times when I kept moving about. Bottom of the sleeping bag's completely wet, and the floor's completely wet. So we have a swimming pool. So it's currently 7 AM. I'm going to get up, I'm going to get some dry kit on, and we're going to go and catch a little bit of sunrise, and then I'm going to head and get some warm breakfast because I wasn't cold, but I've not really had much sleep because every time I turned over my skin kept touching bits of wet and it just kept waking me. So yeah, nothing that could have been done. It was just where I positioned on the floor. There's a few little rocks underneath, just little bits, so my body moved over and obviously pushed up a bit, and I kind of pushed into there. So it's not a fault with the tent, it's just that bit wasn't tied off as well. I think the peg came out because it's rocky ground. So yeah, but let's get up, let's get dry, and then let's get dressed. You can actually feel that it's soaked through as well. The trousers are wet. Got dry socks though. It's always a bonus. And what a saviour this was. I mean, that is absolutely drenched underneath there, but not one bit of it has came right through that skin there. So yeah, it is what it is. You can't win them all. Such a beautiful morning, and the wind was horrendous. A few times I woke up because of the noise of the flapping on the back end. I think the pegs here, because it's very rocky ground, they just kept slipping out, so can't be helped. So it's this end that was the problem. Yeah, as you can see there, the peg got pulled out. That keeps that taut, and this bit away from the edge. So obviously the range has gone straight in there and straight through and underneath where I was laid underneath. The back end is pulled out as well. The front end was pulled out. Yeah, and that end's pulled out as well. So 360 waterfall. But yeah, all in all, not a bad night's sleep. Probably have a couple of hours later when I get back. But another camp up Caldbeck, and you can hear this morning how quiet it actually is up here. Amazing. Absolute sake. You can see there by how much moisture was in there. That's a massive pile of tissues. But here's what it is. We are, I would say, another successful camp. We camped, but no, not a bad night. I enjoyed the fire. Wind picked up a bit. Didn't check the weather report before I left, my own fault, but I would have came anyway. But yeah, left no trace. Everywhere's cleaned up over there, and yeah, it was a wet, windy night, but I enjoyed it, and that's what it's about. I mean, you're not always going to have summers. I like to get out in the winters because there's less people out, less midges, plus it's nicer when you have a fire, and you can do loads of stuff like stews and soups and change things up a bit. So plus it's survival. You have to survive when it's cold and wet. You have to think, you have to use a bit of logic, although I didn't bring proper tent pegs, and although I never really camped on a decent spot, so here's what it is. I could have camped there, but I wouldn't have had the fuse that I had up there. So, but just want to say thanks guys for subscribing. If you haven't, please go and hit that thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next video. Next one's going to be on my birthday. I'm going to get T-bone steak, and I'm going to try and pick somewhere. I don't know where yet, but I'm going to try and pick somewhere that's got a little twist to it. So I'll see you guys on the next video. Happy camping, stay safe. If I don't see you through a window, I'll see you in a tent.